Mbaya si kama hospitali. Hospitali bila madawa, hospitali bila vyombo vya kufanya kazi, hospitali ambao ndio kuna wafanyikazi lakini wafanye na nini? Tumeona watu wameaga wengi, watoto wanapelekwa paro wanakaa siku fulani, wanapewa sijui ni lifaru waende Embu ama mahali kwingine, wakikosa namna ya kutafuta ambulance, mtoto tumejua watoto wameenda na wakakufa.
Thousands of residents in Isiolo County have benefited from a 10-day mobile registration drive that brought essential government services closer to remote communities. The exercise, which began on April 7th and concluded on April 17th, enabled over 6,800 people, mostly youths who recently turned 18, to acquire national identity cards and birth certificates. The initiative is expected to boost voter registration ahead of the 2027 general election. Although officials noted that turnout fell short of the initial target, reaching only about half of the intended population. Officials cited the region's nomadic lifestyle as a key challenge, with registration teams forced to track pastoralist communities as they moved in search of pasture and water. However, collaboration with local administrators under the national government and administration officers helped mobilize residents and improve participation. The scrapping of the vetting requirement also eased the process, allowing applicants to be identified by parents and chiefs. This approach enabled even vulnerable groups, including street families, to successfully register and access vital documentation.
Leo tuko na shughuli ya usajili wa watu. Tuko na katika hii harakati ya kusajili wa Kenya ambao wamefikisha miaka 18 na hawajashika kitambulisho, na pia wenye ambao wako na kitambulisho lakini wamepoteza ama vitambulisho zimechakaa, pia tunawabadilishia.
Tumeweza kusaidiana na wenzetu kutoka katika idara ya usajili ya vitambulisho na pia katika idara ya civil registrar upande ya kusajili birth, na tulianza asubuhi na mapema na the whole exercise imekuwa nzuri, imekuwa so far so good.
Nashukuru serikali kwa kuangalia Gen Z na watu wamepoteza ID. Shukrani.
Tu Gen Z wapate fursa ya kupata identification card. Leo tumeshukuru sana na zoezi zinaenda vizuri sana. Wazee wanapata miaka 10, miaka 70, wengine miaka 80 wanapata, vijana wanapata.
Members of Parliament aligned to the broad-based government have welcomed President William Ruto's move to reduce value-added tax on petroleum products. Nominated MPs Karen Nyamu and Sabina Chege said the signing of the Value-Added Tax Amendment Bill 2026 into law will cushion Kenyans against the ripple effects of global shocks on fuel prices, attributing the pressure to the ongoing crisis in the Middle East. The MPs further urged the opposition rivals to stop politicizing the fuel crisis, terming it a global problem.
Tunashukuru leo ile bill imekuwa signed na sasa ni 8% VAT. Lakini bado tunaomba Ministry of Energy na President wetu waangalie hiyo bei ishuke tena. The levies, because there are many, zishuke chini ili hawa wananchi wasiumie.
As a matter of urgency, National Assembly wamepitisha mswada ya kushukisha petrol from 16% to 8%. Na President William Ruto ametoa subsidy ya 6.7 billion ya kufanya Kenyans wakuwe cushioned from high cost of living.
In other news, the Director of Political Affairs, Strategy and Mobilization in the Democracy for the Citizens Party, Stanley Kimure, has been released on a cash bail of 100,000 shillings by the Limuru courts after being charged with 3 counts of possession of ammunition, tear gas and cannabis sativa contrary to the law. Senior Principal Magistrate Miriam Mugure issued the ruling allowing the case to proceed. He had reportedly been abducted along the Nakuru-Nairobi highway on April 8th before being arraigned in court. Representing the party led by Phyllis Wangoi and Kiragu Wathoita called on the government to uphold freedom of expression and urged Chief Justice Martha Koome to prevent the judiciary from being used to settle political disputes. Speaking after his release, Kimure criticized the Kenya Kwanza administration and vowed to continue supporting party leader Rigathi Gachagua while condemning what he termed unlawful actions.
Politically instigated cases are brought before the court. I urge our judiciary, through the Chief Justice, to deal with those cases, hear them expeditiously, and be fair to these people. Don't look at these people as members of the opposition, members of the government, or just the general populace, or just general members of the public, or supporters of any political party.
Hii mambo yote ambayo wametuwekelea, na sio mimi peke yake, nimeisikia kuna list ya watu watakuja wakishikwa. Kuna list ile wako nayo wanataka kuintimidate watu waogope kufuata Rigathi Gachagua, ambayo Rigathi Gachagua saa hii ni movement. Uwezi kuamka asubuhi useme tutamaliza Rigathi.
A woman has died after a vehicle plunged into the swollen Darugu River at the border of Gatundu North and Gatundu South constituencies this morning, raising fresh concerns over safety at the notorious black spot. Take a look.
The accident occurred at around 8 a.m. when a Toyota Fielder lost control while crossing the narrow bridge from Gatundu North towards Gatundu South.
Hii ajali imepatikana asubuhi. Imepatikana na gari aina ya Fielder. Ilikuwa na watu wawili, dereva na mwenzake pia.
Witnesses say the vehicle plunged into the fast rising waters following heavy rains in the area.
Na mtu mmoja ameaga mama. Na ni kwa sababu hii mto ijafungwa pande ile hii bridge.
The driver said also a woman survived after quarry workers nearby responded to her distress calls and rescued her from the wreckage.
Daraja ya Maringe Darugu River ni narrow bridge. Kama ukiwa speed inakuelekeza kwenye mto.
The residents have now called on the area MP to urgently intervene and push for the reconstruction and expansion of the bridge to prevent further loss of life.
MP wa Gatundu North na South kwa sababu ndio katikati ya kwenda Gatundu South na kwenda Gatundu North. Washikane wakiwa wawili, watuwekee bridge mugeko pande ndio ngari ikikunja isiingie kwa mto.
Tu serikali itupanulie daraja hii ndio tuweze kuokoa maisha ya madereva wengi na abiria wetu.
Sally Davida, TV47, Nairobi.
Outrage is mounting in Nyahururu as residents of Minor Village Igwamiti ward in Laikipia County have taken to the streets over what they claim is a prolonged power blackout that has lasted nearly 3 months. The irritated residents accuse of the Kenya Power and Lighting Company KPLC of neglect, claiming repeated pleas to restore power due to faulty transformer have gone unanswered, leaving homes in darkness, businesses disrupted, insecurity on the rise, and school-going children struggling to study. They have called upon elected leaders in the county to intervene, vowing to protest daily until their grievances are addressed.
Tumekuja hapa mara kadhaa, mara mingi. Leo tumekuja na tumesema tunaenda nyumbani na stima.
Mimi ni salonist na nimekaa kama miezi 3. Unang'ang'ana, unaenda tu masaa machache. Jioni unafunga 6 juu unaogopa wezi, unaogopa hata kurepiwa juu huko hakuna stima. Hata satellite yenye inatupea mwangaza ilizima, iko na miezi 6 haioni.
Sasa kuforwa na watoto wetu wakienda hapa kwa kiwanja wanatolewa dimo. Hakuna dimo.
Sisi ndio tumewajiri. Na kama sisi ndio tuwaajiri na watupatie stima, hai tutakuwa na mambo itakuwa namna gani? Ndio tumekuja hapa tukiwa na hawa wengine ili tushughulikiwe hali ya stima na tutoki hapa bila stima.
Youths from East Africa have completed a 9-month film and television training program, marking a major boost for the region's growing creative industry. The young filmmakers from Kenya, Ethiopia, Tanzania, and Uganda graduated under the Multi-Choice Talent Factory Eastern Africa Academy. They were trained in directing, producing, cinematography, script writing, and editing alongside practical projects and mentorship. from industry experts. The program, run in partnership with Kenyatta University, aims to equip youth with skills to tell authentic African stories and expand opportunities in the film sector, which continues to grow across East Africa.
This is not just a celebration of academic completion. It's a celebration of endurance, of adaptability, and of growth under pressure. You have proven that creativity cannot be confined by circumstance, that storytelling will always find a way. And that passion, when nurtured, will rise above any challenge.
This initiative stands as a shining example of what is possible when the private sector partners with the young people to unlock opportunity. It is not just a training program, it is a pipeline for Africa's creative future. As a ministry, we are increasingly recognizing that film, television, music, digital content, and sports are not just forms of expression.
You are not just content creators. You are custodians of African stories. You carry the responsibility and the opportunity to reflect richness, diversity, and complexity of our continent.
To matters sports, football teams in Vihiga County have received a timely financial boost after Vihiga United chairman Kahi Indimuli distributed 500,000 shillings each to local 4 sides. The funds were donated by President William Ruto following his recent tour of the Western region. The support comes as a major relief to grassroots clubs grappling with severe financial constraints, including prolonged salary delays and limited access to proper playing facilities, offering a renewed hope to players and teams striving to stay competitive.
Kwanza nataka kumshukuru President kwa pesa yametupatia, at least ametusupport for a while, lakini bado tuna struggle. Kwanza kwa support ya uniform, then support ya kutravel, at least wakichip in itakuwa sawa.
At least kutusupport na hiyo do imeletwa na President itatuboost mahali. Ukiangalia kama team tumekuwa tukistruggle mbaya sana. Unaona tumekaa miezi karibu 8. Hakuna mchezaji anapata kitu. Na hiyo inakuwa ngumu sana. Wachezaji wengine unapata wako na familia. Wengine wako na mahitaji zao. Kuna wachezaji wako na wazazi, maybe mzazi anamtegemea, lakini hiyo pesa mwezi inaisha unapata hata ana bob.
Ametusaidia, ametupea hii pesa itatusaidia kuhost some remaining matches. Alafu na pia sisi kama wachezaji huko clubhouse tutakuwa venye tutapata kitu ya kukula at least.
Nikiwa kule nitafanya kila liwezalo mpaka timu yetu moja ifike Premier League, kwa sababu huko ndio tuko.
And that's all we had for you this afternoon. Thank you so much for watching TV47 at 4. My name is Peter Kamau. Enjoy your viewing.